What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. This is episode number 54, and we started this off on the back of the thrilling 3-3 draw away on the south coast against Southampton. Tough start for Newport County, just 5 points picked up so far, just one win in our first 6 games, of course coming on the opening day of the season to the Magpies. None since then, and only just above the relegation zone as well. Look, I'm not hitting the panic button just yet, but I always talk about it. In FIFA career mode, form is so OP, so the longer it goes on, the more I will start to worry a little bit that it might take something monumental to get us out of a struggling patch of form. So starting today's episode off, scouting update and an academy update. Found this guy, Tony Rowlands, could be alright. We of course want him to be a striker as opposed to a centre forward. I've talked about it before, but in this year's career mode, like youth scouting, centre forwards and attacking midfielders, you find them in abundance. You see our 4 fixtures today: Spurs, Brighton away, the Red Devils and Stoke in the Carabao Cup last 16, all 4 games coming into today's episode during October. But yeah, like centre forwards and attacking midfielders, they are literally everywhere in this FIFA career mode doing youth scouting. But I've mentioned it many times before now, it seems like every single year there's always one position where you just get a job lot of them. I remember many years ago, like goalkeepers, every single 9-month mission, if you weren't specifying a type, you found like 2 really great goalkeepers with potential. And it's a special position on the pitch, only one of them to play. It's a little bit detrimental knowing you've got so many great youth players, but only in that one position. Still 41st game of today's episode on the back of that draw against Southampton. Now taking on, well, Nuno's in the game, Spurs here at Rodney Parade. And after just 1 win in our first 6 Premier League games and none in our last 5 since the opening day victory against the Magpies, I knew I needed to sort things out. But if we were going to beat Spurs and claim our first scalp of the series, I needed to be on my game. And 24 minutes in, we would take the lead. We got on the counter from a corner after Webb made a great save. And whilst he's not got a goal in the Premier League yet, he's got a few assists. And that's one of the nicest. Gavin Humphreys with a brilliant, perfectly weighted through ball into the path of the man who's so good, they named him twice. And Lloyd is off the mark himself. Newport County 1, Spurs 0, but of course in FIFA career mode, when something good happens, something bad is right around the corner. Just a few minutes later, he celebrates his first goal and then gets an injury. Play continues as Lloyd hits the deck there and we work our way forward. Norrington Davis in for Tony Matthews down the left-hand side attack. Slides through Dan James, our new club record signing in the summer. Comes through, rolls it across, and Matondo. God, put a bit more power on that. That's 2-0. Simple save, still 1-0. We've been a better team in the first half though. Played much better against Spurs. I knew we needed to pull something special out of the bag to get our first scalp of the series, and I was doing really well. 32 minutes in, Robbie hits the woodwork, and it's still 1-0. And in the first half, where I've been in complete control, really, apart from one chance for Spurs, I was thinking all I've got to do is get a second goal, and I can deploy those game management tactics, and maybe see out our first scalp of the series. Well, unfortunately, 5 minutes to go, we would concede the level. Yeah, Tammy Abraham, the former Chelsea striker, now at North London, makes it 1-1 after putting Webb on the floor, and Spurs have their leveller. But despite conceding and despite losing our lead, I wasn't demoralised or dejected by it. I was frustrated because it's been a frustrating start to the season, but I was still playing the better football. And sometimes it can be really hard to keep things in perspective and stay positive when you're taking on the AI on Ultimate, when you're playing well but just not getting the results you need. Well, 20 minutes after the restart, I stayed positive, I stayed in attack mode. A draw would have been a really credible result, but I knew I could beat Spurs. I was looking the better team out there. I stayed in attack mode. Then 21 minutes after the restart, it's that man once again. A hat-trick on the South Coast, and then the game winner here, Rabbi Matondo, delivers our first scalp of the series. Thankfully, Lloyd's injury is just a bruised elbow as well, and I'm buzzing. No win since the opening day over that victory against the Magpies there, but now back to winning ways, second in the Premier League, both coming at home as well, and a big one there against, well, Nuno's, but Antonio Conte's Tottenham Hotspur. And, you know, again, it is really hard to stay positive against the AI and Ultimate because, you know, you've seen in the opening episodes to this season here, we've had a really tough start. It's just our second win in 7 games. It's very hard when you're playing well, but you're just not getting the rewards to stay motivated, stay positive, stay optimistic, because you feel quite dejected. You're like, I just can't beat the AI, they're just too good. But believe me, persistence always pays off, man. Like, I'm a firm believer in that. I really am. And obviously in this series, I've been talking a lot about, you know, my favourite podcast, the High Performance Podcast. I absolutely love it. It's brilliant. So many gems on there, so many amazing interviews. And, you know, the importance is shown, the importance of persistence and determination and resilience is shown in practically every single episode. If you want to be successful, like, progress in time is not linear. You know, you don't just have a whoop graph that goes all the way up. Do that again, docs. Whoop! You don't have a graph that just goes all the way up, and things are, you know, things are perfect from day one, and it's just like a smooth ride to the top. Nah, not at all. You're gonna struggle every now and then. You're gonna hit road bumps and speed bumps along the way, and you're gonna get tested as well. But it's the persistence and the resilience that takes you to the top during those moments of struggle. You know, if you stay positive, stay optimistic, I know it's hard, but if you can do that, you can get through the tough times and achieve a higher amount of success in the future. Sorry, am I motivational speaker now or what? But yeah, still following game, Brighton on the south coast, Graham Potter's side are away from home. Obviously battled him in the Championship a couple of years ago when he just dominated and won the league very easily. But taking him on here, we fell behind through Brian and Buemo, but I was delighted to see this. Just under half an hour into the game, Gavin is off the mark. Go on, skipper. We've waited, and there it is. In match day 8, Gavin Humphreys is a Premier League goal scorer and puts us back on level terms. And in the first half, there were so many chances. Brighton had been a slightly better team. We haven't played badly either. I'll tell you, it was quite 50-50. But despite a frenetic first 45 minutes, there was nothing to report in the second. With 10 minutes to go, we had a golden chance to win it. Ramsey slides through Humphreys, rolls it across the middle. And with 10 minutes on the clock, I talked about it, I believe, on the opening day. I know he won the Golden Boot in the Championship. I know he set a goal scoring record. And I know there's a big jump up from the Championship to the Premier League. But I still back this guy to win the Golden Boot. Rabbi Matondo, top scorer in the Premier League start season off, gets another. He's not the reason we're struggling. And Humphreys with a captain's performance there, an assist and a goal as we complete the turnaround. And for the first time this season, record back-to-back wins. 2-1 away on the South Coast. And I was thinking, okay, all right. Here we go. We know how OP form is in FIFA CM, so I thought, okay, here we go. Stay in attack mode and do what you can. Manchester United following game. 9 minutes in, he's arrived, baby. He's finally arrived. First goal on the South Coast against Brighton in the Premier League, and now 2-2 as he gives us the lead 9 minutes in. Oh, I talk about it. When you're under pressure and you're performing poorly, who takes the flak most of the time? The captain and the manager. Well, the captain is rescuing the manager right now. Humphreys with 2-2 puts us in front here against the Red Devils, and then 39 minutes in, a header off the line for a Bruno Fernandes free kick keeps us in front heading into the break. And really, in this game against the Red Devils, I've talked about how hard it is to keep clean sheets against the AI on Ultimate and how defending is so hard. You remember last season, I talked about you got to take responsibility and not look for excuses. Look for ways to do it better. In this game against the Red Devils, I was really patient. I wasn't pressing one bit. I was just standing back, containing and saying, look, if you're going to get a goal, you're going to have to break me down. I was containing. I was very rigid. I was very structured and very organised in my back line. And after a great block on the other end, we go on the counter and he has arrived. Gavin Humphreys, second of the game, 3-2, and the captain now. He realised, despite being such a young kid at 18 years old, he's still the leader, he's still the hero. He makes it 2, and Rabbi makes it 3. 15 minutes to go. Forget Gavin and Stacey, it's Gavin and Rabbi. Rabbi with the finish makes it 3, and I knew I was on course for 3 straight wins in the Premier League. But sometimes, like I said, you just got to be a little bit villainous and strategic. I've been employing game management tactics for the past few seasons in my FIFA career mode with Brentford and Milan, and now at Real Madrid as well. And, well, I haven't done this yet in FIFA, and I wasn't actually planning to do this, and I felt a little bit sheepish about this, to be fair. I'll drum it up and say we're villains in the Premier League, but Humphreys gets his first hat-trick, and I didn't really mean to do this here. Henderson catches a little ball back to him, and I mean, it was kind of shades of Karius in the Champions League final. He just hits it straight at Gavin. It's the worst way to get a hat-trick, but he's going to take it. It's the first hat-trick in professional football for Gavin Humphreys, 18 years old. Like I said, he's got the chance to hit 90 overall before he turns 20. The first player I've ever had do that for me at the academy. He's got the opportunity, and a big 3-0 win there. 4 goals in 2 games. He has arrived. Gavin Humphreys now turning up big when we need him. And he's up 2 ratings already this season. That's now 4 goals and 6 assists in 9 Premier League games. You know, the first couple of games, I'll be honest here, was a little bit subpar, but in the past 3 or 4, he's been so much better. And that's what you need from your captain. Whether he's 18 or 28, it doesn't matter. You got to lead by example, do the work on the pitch, and I mean, I'll be honest, the fourth goal was a little bit... well, I'll be honest, it was unintentional. I was just trying to waste the time, basically, that I was doing 10 minutes to go, 3-0 up, and I was putting the ball in the corner, because that's how I've got to beat the AI on Ultimate this year. It's so bloody hard. I'm 3-0 up, and I'm still not feeling safe with 10 minutes to go, but even so, it was a little bit of an unintentional goal. I felt a little bit sheepish about scoring it, to be fair, but hey, we don't mind, because it means that Gavin has his first hat-trick in pro football in our best win, I'll probably say, of the series, 4-0 against Manchester United. And our fourth and final game, mid-table championship side Stoke City at Rodney Parade in the Carabao Cup last 16. I wasn't as fussed heading into the game had I have been how we lost the last 3 games and needing a distraction. Now we're playing well in the Premier League, finally getting our run of form sorted. I wasn't too fussed about this one, however, despite trailing by a goal, with a minute to go, Ruben Colwill rescues us. He won't be a forgotten man. He'll still have a place in this team and forced a penalty shootout. But I wasn't looking forward to it. If you see me take penalties, you'll know why. Well, we scored the first one for Aaron Ramsey, then Nick Powell sends Price the wrong way. Isaac Davis, League One Golden Boot winner a few years ago, takes the next and scores on 2 from 2. And after Sabea is denied by the Lau at the top now, I was thinking, okay, alright, we could win this and win it flawlessly. And that was one of the worst penalties you've ever seen from Aaron Lewis. So Brown takes the next and chips it over Price into the top corner. That's an AI on Ultimate penalty. It's 2-2. And then Neil smacks it across the corner of the woodwork. 2-2, and after Surridge then puts it wide and blows the chance, I was thinking, okay, I can't miss this one, otherwise we're surely out. And Reece hits the post. 3 straight misses after scoring my first 2, and I only have myself to blame. Oakley Booth in front of the visiting fans with a chance to make it 3-2 and sends Stoke City through to the next round, and Price makes the save and turns it behind, keeps us in a shootout. Bevan takes our next, and Paul Dummett's regen just about squeezes it in, and out of nowhere we now had a chance to win it. And if Price, the lad with the samurai top knot, can make the stop, we'd be into the last 8 of the Carabao Cup for the first time in the series. And Price delivers 3 straight saves, 4 in total, and Price the hero as I'm charging out of blocks like Usain Bolt, and we are into the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. I feel kind of bad because Webb's come back, and now Price, who's been our starting goalkeeper for 4 years now, has now come to the bench, but we still love the lad with the samurai top knot, and we love him even more now. Sends us through to the last 8 of the Carabao Cup. But I'm more fussed about is this: Premier League, 3 straight wins in a row, and Newport County have gone from just being above the relegation zone to in the top 10 for the first time this season. Long way to go though, not even a quarter of the way through the season. I'm taking nothing for granted. But that will end today's episode of CNC, guys. Massive thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you for the next episode of Club and Country very soon.